So you're staring down the barrel of a general maintenance test for a new job, right? It can feel like a huge hurdle, but don't worry. Today, we're going to crack that thing wide open. We'll cover exactly what to expect and how to prepare so you can walk in feeling totally confident. For a lot of people, these pre-employment screening tests, they feel like a gauntlet. It's this one big thing standing between you and a really great job in facilities, building, or industrial maintenance. It can be super stressful, but here's the thing, it doesn't have to be. So is that you? Are you up against one of these screenings right now? It's totally normal to feel a little intimidated. I mean, the topics are so broad, right? One minute you're thinking about pipes and plumbing, the next it's wiring and electrical systems. But that's exactly what we're here to do, demystify the whole thing. Okay, so what is this test really? Let's get down to it. It's not about being a master electrician and a master plumber. It's really about showing you've got solid, practical knowledge across the board. So let's reframe this thing, okay? It's not some scary exam, it's just a manageable challenge. And here's the first thing you absolutely need to know. This is not some single, standardized national exam like the SATs or something. Nope. Think of it more as a type of assessment that different employers use to screen candidates. It's basically a broad review of your practical skills for those building, facilities, and industrial jobs. So what's the real test here? It's your versatility. It's all about how well you can switch gears in your head. Can you go from thinking about safety protocols to picking the right tool for the job to logically troubleshooting a problem? See, it's all about that practical, on-the-job judgment, not just memorizing a bunch of rules from a book. All right, let's pull back the curtain. Let's really look at what's inside this exam. Because honestly, knowing the structure and what topics are coming your way, that's half the battle right there. And wow, the range of topics is pretty wide. You've got your core safety stuff, PPE, spotting hazards. Then boom, you're onto electrical basics like outlets and breakers. It also jumps over to plumbing, leaks, valves, drains, and then into HVAC fundamentals. Oh, and some basic carpentry, and of course, general troubleshooting. It really is a true cross-section of what you do on the job. Now, time is definitely a factor. You get 60 minutes for a full timed practice session. What does that tell us? Pacing is everything. You absolutely can't afford to get stuck on one single question. You've got to be accurate, for sure, but you also have to be efficient. And here's the number you want to aim for, 70%. Just think of this as your magic number, your benchmark. When you're consistently hitting 70% or even higher in your practice runs, that's when you know you're on the right track and you're ready to take on the real thing. Okay, so theory is one thing, right? But the absolute best way to really get a feel for this test is to see some questions in action. So let's do that. Let's walk through a few sample questions together. All right, here's our first one. Now, this is a perfect example of how these tests can sometimes throw you a complete curveball, something totally out of left field. The question is, what does VFR stand for? Take a second, have a look at the options. And the answer is A, Visual Flight Rules. Yeah, these are regulations for when pilots can navigate just by sight. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is definitely an outlier, not something you typically see on a maintenance test. But it just goes to show you how some screeners might toss in a random general knowledge question just to see how you react. Okay, let's move on to something way more practical. Okay, much better. Let's try a much more typical mechanical question. So picture this. You've got a failing pump in a system. Which tool is absolutely essential for measuring its pressure levels? Is it a pressure gauge, a multimeter, a caliper, or a tachometer? And the correct answer here is A, a pressure gauge. I mean, that's the fundamental tool for this exact job, right? A multimeter is for electrical stuff. A caliper measures thickness or distance, and a tachometer measures rotation speed. For pressure, you need a pressure gauge. Simple as that. All right, last sample question. Let's switch gears to HVAC. What is the primary function of refrigerant in an HVAC system? Is its job to transfer heat, provide power, lubricate parts, or filter the air? And the answer is A again. Refrigerant's main role is to transfer heat from inside the building to the outside. It's basically the lifeblood of the whole cooling cycle. Its entire purpose is to grab that heat from inside a room and dump it outside, which is what cools the building down. So, how'd you do on those? Whether you aced them all or found a few of them a little tricky, it all comes down to the same thing, having a solid preparation plan. So, let's build your playbook for success. You've got to be strategic about this. So, step 1, split your studying into key topics. Do electrical one day, plumbing the next, you get the idea. Step 2, run timed sessions with a simulator. You have to get used to that clock ticking. Step 3, and listen, this one is absolutely vital. Review every single wrong answer. Don't just look at the right one and move on. You need to understand why your answer was wrong. And finally, step 4, go back and rebuild those weak areas before you try another test. Now, for this kind of focused prep, the source material we're looking at today points to the tools over at easyquiz.com. They've got an online web simulator and even a mobile app for both Android and iOS, so you can literally practice anywhere. And with more than 600 practice questions, plus different modes, like a timed mode to simulate the real pressure and a learning mode that gives you instant feedback, you can really customize your study sessions. And that's our breakdown. We've looked at the structure, we've gone over the content, and we've laid out a solid 4-step playbook to get you ready. So, you've got the map. The only question left is, are you ready to go out there and conquer this test?